All right, welcome back to another Tul World podcast. I'm your host, David Jew, and I'm here with Master Jew.
It's another great day there, Mr. Jew.
Yes, we're coming up to summertime. It's going to be very hot soon.
It's summertime all the time in California. What are you talking about?
Well, winter can get to a chilly 60 degrees.
Yeah, chilly 60 degrees. I think this week 80 degrees, and it's March.
I know. Well, it'll go back down. It's just a heat wave.
We'll just need some water.
That's true.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Don't move to California.
You love California too.
We love California.
It's a love and hate. It's love and hate.
It's good things and bad things.
Yeah.
We don't get tornadoes.
That's true too.
We don't get hurricanes.
Yeah.
We don't get
water.
flooding. We don't get flooding.
Yeah.
No. When it rains, sometimes it floods.
Barely.
One time, I think, was it?
Yeah, I went through a huge puddle on the freeway.
That's a flood.
It was, yeah, but I think it was, I mean, like, if you look at Texas, there's signs everywhere that says, could be flooded. Caution, could be flooded.
We just came back from Mr. Weber's studio, and I said, oh, you guys had a flood. How high did it go? And he was showing me, see that down there? It was all covered in the water. It's like, wow. Those houses down there?
That is a flood. Our little puddle that I drove through is not a flood.
No, that's true.
Yeah. Anyways. So what's on the topic today?
Why?
We've talked about why before.
No,
what's new about this why?
No, there's nothing new about anything about whys.
I mean, what's come into play here and why are we coming back to this?
I think a couple podcasts back, we talked a little bit about how do we get better, right? And competition is a good way to help us get better. We need to know where we're at compared to other people. Maybe pushes us a little bit. I mean, it could do two things. One, I lose and I want to go back and I get better. I lose and I'm like, I'm not doing it anymore.
Yeah.
Had it.
Yeah.
Done. Right?
Yeah.
Then he's out.
Right.
Understanding why we do certain things and how do we get better, right? I mean, what do you think?
Yeah, same thing.
Just if we understand our why, then we know where we want to go, right? And if I want to be let's say a world champion, how do I get there? Well, you understand why you want to go there. And so you have to do all the work to get there. The problem was sometimes, I think, especially recently because of our pandemic situation, where you go to an event, go to a tournament. We came back from a tournament. We have tournaments. We've had in-house competition during the pandemic, during COVID, and always just pushing people, trying to push people to their limit in that way. And then you go to a little bit bigger competition and you'll see that it's not quite as you remembered it. It's not, the level is not as good. Why is that, right? Again, you're only working with what you've got.
Yeah.
And so you might go to and go, wow, that was awesome. Oh, I think we have students that didn't really have to do anything.
Yeah.
Show up, got first place, feeling good, don't have to train. That might be okay. Now, and maybe that's the way it's going to be at the next big event because everyone's like that.
Right.
And so you don't have to train. Well, it's going to be rude awakening when everyone else has been training super hard to get that, and you go, dang, I didn't get anything.
Yeah.
But that's also true even if you worked hard. And that's why you need to go to events that can challenge you. Or, I mean, it's the same idea. It's like, if you want to be a black belt, what do? You're a white belt. What do? Go hang out with black belts. Go hang out with them. Do what they do.
Right.
I say this in class all the time. If you want to be smart, go hang out with smart people because they do something different than the guy that just wants to be a great basketball player. If you want to be a great basketball player, go if you have the height, right? Obviously. Yeah. So there's going to be some limitation. But if you want to be a great basketball player, go and hang out with all the guys that play basketball. They do something different than the guys that are bookworms. What is that? they play basketball. Bookworms, what did they do?
Study.
They study, right? So that's also, it's the negative side too. If you want to be a thug, go hang out with thugs.
Right.
They do certain things that you'll pick up, and ultimately you'll be a thug.
Right.
Probably.
Right.
So habits, just doing those things. Why do we do certain things? Right?
So do you notice a difference between students now that are competitors versus, let's say, 14 years ago? Like when Catherine was...
No, I think the frustration is, for me as an instructor, is always there. Trying to get them motivated, trying to make them be better. And when you're dealing with... obviously I have a different why than why they do certain things. Maybe they do it just because they want to hang out with friends, or some of them really do want to get a gold medal or whatever, right? And so it's that, because every year I look at it, it's like, oh my, because I always compare what I think, you, in your own mind, and it may not be true. You just look at students, you go, yeah, probably not going to do that well, because I'm always thinking of the other person that's have done really well, and you kind of measure that, and then they show up, and you go, whoa, you showed up today. You did a good job.
Yeah.
So that can happen too, but it's always that frustration for me anyway. Is it different than 10 years ago, 14 years ago? Yeah, it is. My first clubs, we did travel to competition, but it was more like for fun. I mean, it is fun, not to say that. It's how seriously you take it.
Right.
And so we may not have trained as hard, but then the level of competition not as high.
Not as high,
right? I mean, I remember we had a bunch of tournaments in California, and there was just local schools like, oh yeah, how you doing? Greet. Oh yeah, let's play.
Yeah.
I would compete in, oh yeah, well, sometimes I win, sometimes I lose. No big deal.
Yeah.
I never took it too seriously in that way. Yeah. Just for fun.
Right.
You go, gosh darn it, I lost to that guy. How'd that happen? Oh well, next time. And so, but with some of these events, if you're trying to go to like a world championship, national championship, there's a lot of people that take it seriously, really seriously. And so if you want to compete at that level, you got to be really serious about it and really try to be the best. And a lot of that's just training. I think that one of the problems that currently we're having is with COVID pandemic is the training isn't the same. Are we getting different types of people? Maybe, right? Because we are in a different age. We have a lot of people that for leisure time is maybe video games. I mean, video games have been around, but not to the extent that it's like portable. Right. And you can have really good video games, portable, right? When I was a kid, we didn't have that.
You go run around.
Yeah,
that's true.
Just outside. It's like,
You just have more athletic people overall.
I don't know if it's more athletic people. I just remember, in the old days, it's kind of like, I'm going to go to Bob's house or whoever house, and then 5 o'clock dinner.
Right.
Okay, just go home.
Yeah.
Today it's like, I want to go to Joe's house. Oh, okay, I'll drop you off.
Oh, you gotta make the play date first, and then you set up the time, you set up the ride, and then you set up the pickup time too. That's like how it is now.
That's what it does seem that way.
Right.
I'm not sure if it's true or not true, but that's what it does seem that way. And I do think that a lot of times they're just in the house, they're not doing those kind of things. With COVID, the pandemic, a lot of the training was online. They didn't have to go outside.
Yeah.
Is it different? Yeah, I think so. Right? I'm not sure.
Well, we'll see in the next couple years.
Why?
Yeah, why?
Why?
Well, let us know your why by leaving a comment here. Don't forget to be safe.
Keep training.
And we'll see you guys next time.
Taekwon.